Check, check, check. There it is. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Doing a little adjusting. We just got here. We're going to do a little cup of coffee. Get our day started. Today, we're working on the foam tunic we did last week. It's going to run there. I'm going to put in the zipper today. And I think... I have a zipper, and we're going to sew fabric onto the zippers like we talked about before to extend it, and then we're going to glue it on, and then we're going to kind of like look at some additional things I want to add to the foam to make it look more like a zombie or a ghoul neck. But today, I have some sad news. Well, more sad for me. Again, you guys are. I was been behind in my videos, and then I had this video I've been working on, and I have an old Macintosh computer I really liked. It needed to be updated, a lot of stuff needed to be done to it, but I just didn't have the money to dump into it. And I kept thinking, oh, that next job, the next job, the next job, the next job. And so every time I did, I kept procrastinating. So of course my Macintosh finally died yesterday. Saturday morning. My Mac tower that I do all my editing on for my YouTube channel has died. So there is a Mac store, a little Mac store these guys run in Pasadena. So I'm going to dust it off and take it down to them and say, hey guys, what can you do? I'm pretty much prepared for it to be dead, but if you guys can do me a solid and pull all the I have images. I have an external hard drive, and I always grab stuff and drag things over the external hard drive. But like a jackass, what I do is I make folders on my desktop. I make folders, and I put all the photos in my folder and go through them and make sure, and I take the folder and drag it onto my external hard drive. So I had two big folders. I had deity stuff I was working on, and a couple of shops. So I had two folders. I haven't drug in, so I'm going to see if they can retrieve that. So that's all. I mean, it's just mostly photos, but everything I cherish and stuff is on the external hard drive. So if they can get some stuff off, it'd be great. But it's so my plan is I have this PC upstairs which I've been streaming from, and it works pretty well. So I'm looking into seeing what I need to do to dump what I have to add to my PC to make it an editing computer. I want to spend some money. I know, like an Apple, it's cost a fortune, but with a PC, I might be able to get a couple $100 and spend some money and upgrade it to being an editor. So I'm going to start editing stuff on my PC. So, ooh, yeah, it's sad. I don't know what's going to cost. That's the thing. I don't know. I know it's going to be a lot cheaper than doing it on an Apple. But here's the thing: if they can fix the Mac, if there's something they can update it a little bit, I'll definitely look forward to it. Oh, let's say hello, everybody. We got Kevin, we got Brian, we got Daniel who's going to be bouncing soon. Kevin, Brian, Jort, hey, coffee ready. That's right, Jort. Hey, Gundam's here. Becky's here. I'm sorry, Going Ape costume. Hey, Tyrannus. How you doing, my friend? Good morning. Oh. I'm sorry, Tyrannus. Good evening. Tyrannus is on the other side of the globe. He's up. He's to do this. He has to be up very, very late to watch my streams. I'm sorry, Tyrannus. I know Apple. I'm really, it's just all that planned obsolescence bullshit they do. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, I might just do the PC thing and just kiss the Apple ass goodbye, because I have my phone, but I'm learning to work more on PCs and honing my skill set to be on that. So, because I'm picking up a $300 vintage sewing machine, $30 on Friday, and I'm happy. I'm a happy girl. She works. Oh, she does. Fantastic. It works so pretty. Fantastic, Becky. Oh, it's Saturian. It's my account I've on. Oh, okay, got it. Sorry. Hello, Saturnian. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? Thank you for joining us today. Yeah, guys. We're gonna take it a little easy today. This is. I mean, um, here's the thing I'm telling you guys right now. Alien Day is coming up, and I'm trying to do a surprise for everybody. I want to see if it's possible, but the thing it's going to be a big build, and I'm thinking. I was thinking about doing it live, but I might just shoot the video and then document it with photos and stuff like that. Because Alien Day is 4/26, and it's coming up fast. So I want to do something for Alien Day. I want to start a build. And I know it's crazy. I do this thing. I drives myself crazy all the time. I always get multiple projects. Like, I'm doing this feral ghoul thing, which is kind of a live stream thing. I like it because it makes... I have something to build on my live stream. But I might start this build separately and just shoot a video of me building it so we can document it and make it into a video. It greased her up last night and had to replace some light mechanism a little bit. But yeah, but Becky, you know how to do that stuff. You got the skill set. You can do it. Whew. Anyway, just to get you guys excited, I'll show you what I have a plan. So here's my plan is I'm going to keep doing this as my Sunday live stream and start shooting this as a separate video of what I'm making. I'll show you real quick. Well, let me see. Let me do this. Now, if you guys, it would be a bunch of printer sheets you'd have to tape together. But for the build for me, I just made it it is an alien egg. It is an alien egg pattern, and it's going to be big. It's yeah, it's. I'm looking at this going, that's going to be kind of big. So, and I got to cut a bunch of these. So, that is what I'm going to do. Hey, Kevin, thank you so much. Oh, wait, I didn't hear the sounds. Hey, Kevin, thank you so much. I didn't realize I had my sound turned off. Oh, hold on, Kevin, I'll tell you in a second here. I'm just going to roll this back up so I don't damage it. It is female RoboCop fights Mashiko Noguchi. Mashiko RoboCop versus female RoboCop. So it's a shirt my friend Aaron gave me, and I get the most comments on all the time. I love it. What makes this alien egg thing is that I made an egg pattern a while back, and I made the egg pattern to just to have in my store because fun things to have. But eventually, I wanted to make an alien egg pattern. My buddy John made this for me a while back, and well, yeah, we got to do it. And I just realized Alien Day is coming up with a great day to do it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to work on this as my live stream, but I'm gonna start shooting this separately. So I have a little video camera, a little mini cam, because in order to build this, it's kind of big, so I won't be able to build this over my table so much. I have to clear my table off back here, and so make it. But I'm gonna document it. I have a little mini cam with a microphone on it, so I'm just going to build it and document it as I go, because it's gonna be so big, it's gonna be hard to put on the tabletop and shoot. So it's a big build, and I have some ideas how I want to do it. So I've been thinking about it. But I'm gonna have to. I'll document the whole thing. But it's the alien eggs varied over the movies. The first one, they were huge. The first Alien movie, The eggs were almost up to your hips. They were, I mean, it was they were giant eggs. Um, and then aliens, Cameron does aliens. They were still big, but they're a little. I mean, slightly smaller. I think they were kind of almost the same size. And then by the time they did Alien versus Predator, they made them a little bit smaller. They're like half the size. And then the design stage, because the original was clear, and the original Alien, the eggs were clear. They kind of glowed. You could see them. Yeah. But the eggs have changed over films, in which people always say there's different variations of aliens. I know that all the Alien fans have this whole lore of like different xenomorphs and different. There's the alien Queen Alien, then there's the first Alien, and then there's the Alien Warriors, which Cameron kind of like simplified, made them, had the alien heads without the domes on them. So. But yeah, just talking to you guys about it, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll just document it. I'll make little short videos about it. I'll do some social media posts about it, but I'll shoot it separately with my camera. I have my camera. I got this cam I bought. It's got a microphone and everything on it, and we'll just document it with this little handheld mini cam. And we'll do that and see what it looks like. And in the meanwhile, I'll be doing some research and building my PC to turn into an editing computer, and so you guys don't have to wait a little bit. So I had all that Mega Man footage on my computer, which again, I have the footage on a travel drive, which I don't know where the heck. I gotta find that too. That's somewhere. A little travel drive, all the footage on it. But I have that as well, so I gotta get all that footage. So much to do. I've had videos crash and lose them completely, and sometimes I was editing. So. But it's time to because I want to do the it's so funny, I haven't edited for so long. There's a bunch of videos piling up. There's the Mega Man helmet I want to do, and also making the foam hand. We do that live, but I want to really cut that down and make it into a really simple video, make it a foam hand, because you'll see why it's so great to have one. Because when I make this feral ghoul, I'm going to make hands for him as well. All right, I've been babbling enough. Let's get down to business, shall we? We're going to start. Go overhead. Sorry, guys. Oops, sorry, guys. Oop. Adjusting the camera. Okay. I got this zipper right here, and we're going to attach it to the back of this guy. And this material is not enough to glue onto, so you want to make sure you have more material on that. So I'm going to go ahead. I have some fabric here. We're just going to stitch this on really quick, just so I can have something to glue to. And I got my favorite hoop needle and some really strong black thread. Let's bring you guys a little closer for this. Oh, sorry, real quickly. He said, Becky says, Cryptstick says on Twitch, asked, hey Ted, I was wondering if you would send me send the new monster area in Universal Studios, new Epic Universe. If so, what would you think of it? I wonder if I've seen it. No, I've seen footage from it, and of course the wonderful world of TikTok and all these influencers and people going showing about it. What was amazing about it is that they're doing this technology. Again, this is what makes Universal right now, guys, if you don't know, is killing when it comes to the theme parks, because they have been putting money into the park and developing stuff and adding technology and building the rides, and they're not the I saw footage, and at first I thought they were animatronic, but it's a combination, which is remarkable. It's animatronic movement with a projection on their faces, which I don't know if it's inside or outside, to capture the movement of faces so they look more natural. Apparently Disney did that with some of the stuff. They would project an image onto the, kind of like the old thing, like the Haunted Mansion with the woman reading the ball. It's a more advanced technology of projecting something, but it's all done with computers and it's motion control, so it matches the face when it moves. On the woman, Frankenstein's daughter, apparently, or whatever, and how remarkable that was, and all the creatures, the werewolf, the monsters, and how they upped it. And what's happened is Disney's gotten very arrogant because they're Disney, but they've gotten lazy and they're not putting money. They're mostly too busy paying off the shareholders and not putting money back into the park. And so that's, yeah, it's been remarkable. So apparently the Universal's been killing it because they had Harry Potter, did their whole Harry Potter thing, and over here in Hollywood, it made so much money. It was doing so well. It's what inspired Disney to do their Star Wars Black Spire thing, because they needed like a theme thing you could walk around in. So anyway, yeah. So Florida Universal's crushing it. They're doing really great, and their theme park stuff is doing really well because they're smart with their investments and putting money in the rides. The other thing too is horror is such a big thing right now with the Universal monsters. They tried a while back the Dark Universe thing, and it kind of bombed with the Tom Cruise Mummy movie, and the werewolf movie didn't do as well as they thought it would, and so they backed off from it. I think they're trying to redo it again because Universal has all these classic monsters, so they're trying to reboot that franchise again. So starting with the theme parks, and then down the road, who knows? But yeah, but that's it. No, I have not, and I can't wait. But unfortunately, Florida, when it comes to theme parks, Florida gets it first. Florida always gets it first. They do it in Florida first, and then it does really well, and they eventually come to Hollywood. Hollywood makes money, but not as big as Florida. I learned that when I was working way back in time. I worked on the James Cameron T2 3D ride. When T2 came out, they did T3 as in 3D, and it was a whole immersive thing. You walk into the Skynet Corporation. They had like these demonstration, and it gets taken over, and then John Connor and them teleport through time and fight. It's really cool. It's a really cool thing. And we worked on that at Digital Domain, and I worked on that as well. And they built it, and I was like, oh, so cool. And then they had it in Florida first. So I was like, oh, I can't wait to see it. And it took a while because they built it in Florida first. It did really well, and then eventually came and they built it in LA, and now it's gone. So they call theme park things. They run for a while, they get the mileage out of it, or before they kill the IP, and then you know, guys, I apologize. Maybe I should have sewn all this first before we had you guys come on, because watching me sew is not very exciting. But I'm just going to stitch. It doesn't have to be that pretty, Ted. But let's stitch on the edge, right? Right. Yeah, that's the thing. You're right. Florida has much more room to expand because Walt Disney, back in the day, was buying up property because he built the first one in California, and he was mad because he realized he built it, it was all done, and then people started popping up hotels and other real estate, and he was like, and he didn't plan for expansion quickly, like how successful, and then other people could see the park, and it was just like, dang it. So he made a mental note, if I ever do this again, I want more land. So he started buying Florida, but again, people were smart back then and didn't want to sell to Walt, so Walt Disney had people in different names buy land for him. So people thought they were selling land to different people, when actually it was just selling land to Walt, because that's what rich people do. They just, if they know somebody doesn't like them, they just say, oh, I'll just get so-and-so to hire, and just say they're buying it for agriculture. All right. Let's see. The dressmaker dummy, Ted. New Ted? Oh, yeah, that I bought that years ago. I was working for Frank Ippolito at his old shop, and there was a guy who was closing up shop. He's like, "Hey man, I'm moving stuff out. You guys want anything?" And I just happened to be there, and I walked over, and there was two. There was a male and female dress form. I'm like, how much? $40, like $40 a piece. I'm like, done. I said, stay here. I'll get cash. And I went out and we got cash from an ATM and bought them, and I've had them since. They've been lifesavers. They're actually, you can actually pin them and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this thing today sewn up. Oh, here, let me show you guys. I got this guy. I'm just stitching it, hoop stitching, because if I had a sewing machine, or if I had Becky here, I'd have her sew it for me. Right, Beck? So, see, Beck's why you don't. Oh, wait, hold on, dang it. Ted, be careful. Ah. And it's not pretty. It doesn't really need to be. I just need to do it quickly. How about this? We just go in and come through. Let's see what we can do here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, yesterday I helped my friend Eddie was doing a photo shoot for a thing he's working on. He's been working on it for some time. It's been very exciting. It's a dream project he's been wanting to do, and I'm very excited about it. But unfortunately, I cannot talk about it at this moment because it's all hush hush. It's all hush hush for the right reasons. All right, now this is when I wish I had a sewing machine. Oh, Becky, I bet you do. There's this one and a female one, and they're old school. They're really well made, and they have metal stands, and you loosen it. You can adjust the height on them. They come with a nice metal base, a steel base with a rod. You can adjust it with a locking wheel on it. And I got a female one and a male one, and they're worth their weight in gold. I was like, when I got one, I was like, oh my god. So I've had them ever since, and they're just amazing. Because I used to have these little plastic ones and cheap ones I had around the house, and after I got this, I had some mannequins I was working with, and eventually I just got rid of them. But mannequins aren't not that bad. I mean, if you can get one, you can get some pretty decent ones. I live in LA, so there's always people. You can go downtown in the garment district, and you can buy some pretty decent, inexpensive mannequins. Um, got that. All right, sorry guys, this is taking way long expected. Yeah, I should have done. I think next time I'll just hoop stitch it on the end. Yeah, there's an easier way of doing this. Hold on, I got a better way of doing this next time. Let's just go ahead and finish this one really quick, and then we'll move on to the next one. Because the sewing doesn't have to be pretty; it just needs to be holding the fabric on, so having something to glue onto when I glue it to the foam. Here, show you guys. Like that. Yep, not that pretty. Yeah, I think I have a better way of doing this next time. I'm gonna do it a little easier, a little faster. It's like watching paint dry, guys. Sorry, hold on. Get this. But again, when you're doing stuff like this, you definitely want to have a little bit of fabric on when you're doing something on a foam costume or get up with a zipper. My daughter has a sewing machine, and I borrowed it, and I couldn't get it to work. And then I finally found out somebody came over here who could actually sew. And went, "Oh, your bobbin wheel is broken." I'm like, well, that's not good. So something with my take-up wheel wasn't working. So now I didn't have the money or the time to take it to a shop. Speaking of going to a shop, I got to drop off I'm gonna call the place and see if they're open today. These guys in Pasadena. If it's something they can do, I don't know. We'll see. I'll ask them. Oh, so close. Oh. All right. Oh, see, I'm getting it down there almost. Getting toward the end is a little bit easier here. All right. Let's see. That. All right. Come on. Come on. Here. So a different here. What are you doing? Damn it, Ted. Jesus Christ. Can you not? Here. What's going on? Hold on, guys. Gotta redo this. I'm gonna try this. And what I'm doing the next one, I'm just gonna hoop stitch it right against it. Like, I'll show you guys in here in a second what I'm doing here. When it comes to sewing, don't watch and take my advice because I don't sew. I'm not a sewer. There's tons of people out there who can sew, who can show you the proper way of doing this. I am just hacking my way through this because I know that when you want to glue something like a zipper, you definitely need fabric on the end of your zipper for it to hold and hold well. So that is why I'm sewing. in the days of my youth, I used to glue things, and over time, it would just pull off. Because metal fasteners are the best. Glue is secondary, and tape is last. Like everything for like, if you want to attach stuff, it's like the metal fasteners are the best. And when it comes to fabric sewing, it's just like, yeah, it's always the best. Trying to attach things to other things, it's always the best. All right. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I should have done this before. I just didn't have the time. It's so much stuff is happening this week and weekend, and a busy week and a busy weekend. Also today, I'm going to make a quick little TikTok video today about Gamescom Canada. People, Gamescom Canada is coming up. It's in June 13th through the 15th, and I will be there with, I think it's Lauren Cosplay, and also I'll be judging a costume contest with her, and it'll be hosted by the lovely Allison Tabitha. Is going to be hosting the event. The costume prize for the costume contest is like $10,000. I'm like, holy crap! That's a chunk of change, and man, I could definitely use that money. I would like $10,000, but it's a bit, yeah. I think my wife and I would just pay all bills. That's what we would do. All right. Oops, no, Ted. Yeah. All right. All right. This is screwed up. This is screwed up enough. Here, I'm done. Here. Pull it through. Open through here. All right, that's one. So, yeah, the zipper is gonna hook on the bottom like this guy and come up like that. So we're gonna take this guy and I'm just gonna let me use up this thread real quick. I am not an amazing surgeon. I have a particular skill set of things I can do really well. My friend Eddie, whose company is called Deity Creative, I've been working for him a lot. And we're, as a company, I work for him a lot, so I've been trying to get jobs for us. There is a weekly magazine. It's called Production Weekly, and it shows you everything in production, and you pay for it to give you a list of people that things are in production. And right now, there's a ton of things in production, but nobody's really doing anything. Just everything's just sitting around waiting. So I've been trying to call production companies, and it's ready for this, guys. Nobody picks up. Shocking, right? To let us know of our skill set, because not only do we design things, we can design it and build it and bring it to life. And you just email people, make tons of phone calls, and nobody returns them. Production Weekly. All right, let me show you this time around. What I'm going to do this time, I'm just going to get really lazy. I'm just going to hoop it like this, right? Hoop it, go through, got it. Come back through here on the other side like this, just on the edge. Get enough, hoop it through, pull it. Doesn't need to be pretty, it just needs to hold, right? So you got that. That. I might make them a little tighter together though, so. that. Go. Wait, did I get? Oh, hold on. How did I? Damn it! I stitched here. I stitched the wrong side. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get you guys adjusted here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let me just do this really quick as possible, so we can get on doing the neck thing. I should have done this before we started streaming. Sorry, guys. I always wanted to let people know, show you the process, and it's time consuming and not exciting to watch, but it's all part of it, right? It's not, the one thing you'll never see in my videos are time-lapse shots, because I always want to show people the work it takes into doing something. So, but this is a bit much, so, all right. Yeah. Sorry, trying to pay attention, guys. Oh, Kevin quickly, guys, says, hey, Ted, have you worked for Saban? Yes, I have. It's freaking horrible. I did VR Troopers. And hey, Neil, what's up? Yeah, I'm sewing. It's terrible. Yeah, Saban, we did VR Troopers. We did, that was the days of the peak of Power Rangers. They were making money hand over fist. Saban was a company that bought a bunch of Japanese TV shows and were smart enough to go, hey, instead of just dubbing them and releasing them, we should reshoot them with American actors and then just tie in the sequences. So they got costumes. And Bandai, who the company did, they loved it because they were able to take old toys they had from the 80s, from an old Japanese TV show, and repurpose them and rebrand them. And it's like, that was like, they loved it because it was an old show, an old TV show from Japan from the 80s. And it got rekindled and brought back to life from Saban. So in that gravy train, they were riding on the Power Rangers the success of Power Rangers. They wanted to do more shows, and they created VR Troopers, which again was such a mess. It was like a combination of two shows they were editing together to try to make some kind of comprehensible plot. So they said, well, no, we'll make them VR, like virtual reality troopers, like whatever, guys. So they could not. Rainbow was the company in Japan that made the costumes, and Rainbow claimed they didn't have them. and didn't send them to Saban at all. So my friend Asal Goto, who lived in where he was, Asal was like, yeah, he's like, they have them, Ted. Rainbow doesn't get rid of anything. They have all their costumes. They just don't want to give it to Saban. That was what it was. So I got hired. I brought this job into Precision Effects, Mike Hood's shop. And I think back about that, I should have got a finder's fee, but I didn't. But anyway, I brought this job in. It was ridiculous. It was pretty ambitious, and we had to crank these costumes out in like no time for this show, and we were building the costumes. So we built all the costumes for the VR Troopers. And if you go to my website, you can see them. I think they're all are props or costumes I made. I can't remember what category that was in. But yes, so the answer to your question, I worked for Saban. The Mac show about Hollywood demons talks about Saban treating the kids from Rangers like tripe. Oh, it's true. They were horrible. They're horrible people. You should be lucky to have a fucking job. They're Saban. They're terrible. I like the fact that but they were so anti-union. Saban, they didn't want to like deal with the act. I don't know how SAG doesn't care. They got paid off. As long as they get their money. So the kids were getting work. I think they just didn't want to go union. I think how they're able to do the acting thing with the kids, but yeah, Saban, they're terrible. They always were. They're horrible people. Sounds like when they made. So what's this? It's called a show about Hollywood demons. What shows? What is on? You said, oh, it's on Max. Talking about Saban treating the kids, Rangers like tribe. Sounds like when they made a few Macross series in Robotech in the U.S. They got like $700 an episode. Yeah. Anything that they brought or bought, yeah, they were super cheap. They would just get young people and exploit them. And a lot of the people, some of the girls who I think was a Power Rangers took off to do other things. But yeah, they're just, Spawn. They're fucking dirtbags. They're producers. The Israeli television producers, and they were terrible. Horrible people. And the thing that's funny about that is you worked in the industry, everybody knew it. So everybody talked in the industry. We all knew that Saban was terrible. But so we'd avoid him like the plague. There was I ended up doing that show, and they ended up getting other like Metal Nights or something nights. There's another show they tried to get off the ground, and they reached out to me again. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "No." So John Beekler, I ended up doing a couple things for them, and apparently, they of course dragged Beekler when he was in effects shop going in, and he did some stuff for them as well too. And I think he learned. Well, also Beekler just kind of cranked stuff out, and I was trying to make this like high quality stuff for Saban. It was like they didn't care, and yeah, it was terrible. It was all happening. We were working on that show during the Northridge earthquake. We had the big earthquake out here, and just destroyed freeways and stuff. And we had to hold down production. And Saban was like, "What's taking so long?" I'm like, dude, we had an earthquake and we can't get supplies because it was a natural disaster. So yeah, that's Saban, and it's all right. They're still going strong today. They're still not any less terrible, and they're still working and still doing stuff. And they end up packing up and going to New Zealand so they could do things cheaper. Because my buddy Steve was doing a TV show, Knight Rider or something like that, some other superhero show, and it would look great. And he was doing that show, and same thing. They shot it, didn't advertise it, and then Power Rangers just packed up, went to New Zealand because it was cheaper there. But that was it. Yeah. Hey, John the Modifier, how you doing, my friend? I am sewing right now. I'm sorry it's taking forever. This is like I'm chatting and sewing here, guys, overhead. I'm almost done with the other side here. Once I get this done, we're going to glue this to the, yeah, I got to make it here. Let's get another piece of string here. I'm a little short. I should have started long. I'm going to glue the zipper on. I realize that when you're gluing a zipper, you need to add a little bit more fabric. So that's what I'm doing right now, so I can glue this down. Get some more thread. Sean says, yes, Saban, just as bad as you remember. Yes. Guys, I have no problem talking about those guys. They were terrible, horrible people. They were a nightmare. And it was just, like I said, though, if that was like, we're talking 90s, guys. I was late 90s. I was late 90s, and I was working at the shop, and I'm trying to think when the peak of that show was, the Power Ranger show, but it was like, when I was a kid growing up, I loved live action shows. There was Saturday morning, there was a show called Arc 2. It was a Saturday morning show, a sci-fi show called Arc 2. And apparently it's a Saturday morning kid show about the world falling apart, post-apocalyptic world. And there's these scientists, the best of the best, that stay, and they're in these labs, and there's these heroes, this guy, a girl, a boy, and a chimpanzee is brilliant. They're super scientists or whatever, and they have this vehicle, this giant RV called the Ark, and they would drive across the wastelands, finding people and helping them rebuild their lives. And it was called Arc 2. And as a kid, I just freaking loved it. You watch it by today's standards, you know, you can tell they shot everything in the valley. It's just shot in Simi Valley. But it was, as a kid, I loved it. There was even like Final Space Nuts was fun. I mean, Sid and Marty Krofft, the shows are always like weird acid trips. But Arc 2 they were really trying to do something with it. It was kind of different. I was like, that's kind of neat for a Saturday morning show. But that was 70s too. And that's also too, they were trying to jump on the whole Star Wars thing. And then they did Space Academy, another live action sci-fi space show with kids on a spaceship, on a space station, go on adventures and learn about things. And then there was and then they did a spin-off show called I think they only had one season of Space Academy, and they took the show, said we're going to revamp it a little bit, and they took the sets, rebranded it, called Jason of Star Command. And Jason of Star Command was just like a Han Solo character that went on adventures, and him and his sidekicks. And again, Saturday morning show, guys. And I think if you get on YouTube, you can find all these shows. That is the power of YouTube, because I would talk about this stuff and people would be like, what? Oh my God, I want to cosplay Witchy Poo. I remember Witchy Poo. Was that from the Bugaloos? There was one called the Bugaloos, and there's also and there was a Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, and the Sea Monsters were like this family because he was nice, and they're supposed to be scary. I can't remember. It was so weird. The truck with the 3 wheel. I can't remember, dude. It's all a blur. So I guess get over it. I'm supposed to. Yeah, guys. This should have been done before I stream, but again, this is what happens when you have too much things you have to do off stream. All right, we're so close. It's going a lot faster, a lot easier. Just gonna hoop stitch it. But no, anyway, I got off my story was the live action stuff. As a kid, I always knew there was value in that, and it took them the longest time to grasp that because it involved spending money. And Saturday morning, people didn't want to do that. When a kid show was just cartoons, and so when I love Japanese kid shows, my friend Steve, turned me on to these Japanese super shows, which is great costumes and monsters. Simple formula. Guys in armor, transforming, fighting monsters. Like, what a great TV show. What a great way to sell toys. It was genius. And the U.S. took decades to finally catch on to it. And then even when they did, they didn't even make their own. They ended up just ripping off one, bought one, and that was Saban, and they made a $1 million empire on it, just repurposing other people's shows. And I was just like, well, yeah. Anyway, but that was everybody wants it, but nobody wants to spend the money to make it. But yeah, Power Rangers. And here's the sad thing is they made that movie. I mean, they made one movie. It was terrible. The first one with the original TV cast was kind of terrible. And then years passed, and they made the movie, which again, I liked the movie, but it's like when you're making a movie about the Power Rangers, was such a slow burn, and they really want to focus about the origin of the Power Rangers and how they got their powers. It's like, dude, stop! Don't do it. Just get right to the movie. Like, they were trying to remake everything. They were basically trying to reboot it. They're going to reboot the Power Rangers with a new cast, and so they wanted to redo. And it was just, again, not bad, but it was just so slow, and it didn't do well. I know Saban saw it, and they were unhappy with it. like we gave up the rights for this, like. So yeah, it was pretty terrible. I watched it, and what's her name, who plays Rita, almost stole the show. She was so great in it, but it just took too long for anything to finally happen. And but it was about teamwork and all. I mean, they were trying to take it a little bit too seriously. They just need to get to the story. So the movie got lost in the editing. So that's what happened. They had my buddy Santa over at Weta, they made all the suits. And of course they did the whole like organic alien technology suit thing. So the suits were kind of very organic, which is fine. I don't mind them redoing the suits so much, but it was just like, this did not do that well as a movie. For an IP of something like that, I think they'd be a little more cautious with it, but nope. Everybody approved the script, and they made it, and it did not do well, so it just tanked. So if they'll ever come back and redo it again, I don't know. If they'll make another... It's an IP that they'll definitely try to reboot some years later. I think what people are doing now is they're trying to not do IP, but do something like Voltron is great. They've been talking about Voltron for a long time. And the guys, they ended up doing a reboot with the animated series on Netflix, which was amazing. The reboot of Voltron, that was great. And that did really well to the point where they were talking about doing a possible live action of Voltron. So then that'd be a good one. So don't do Voltron. Just do Voltron. Don't do Power Rangers. Just do a Voltron movie. That'd be awesome. I would dig that. Hold on. One more stitch, guys. What did we do today? We watched Ted stitch things very slowly and reminisce about Saturday morning cartoons. Hold on. I have to admit, though, guys, one thing that's fun about this stream is it keeps me on target to stay and be creative and keep making things and keep making content and thinking about you guys. So, and having people here, it's nice to have friends to build with. Because one thing I miss is having people to build with. And I know that when I build on Sundays, everybody's here to hang out. All right, there it is. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do some contact cement. We're going to apply it on here. And then we're going to apply it to the back of this so we can glue this on here. So we're going to do one at a time. So we're going to we'll start with this side. And when we glue this, I'm going to leave space for the zipper. Like this. You know what we should do? I'll go like this. Leave a little space there. No, let's have it come to the top. I'm going to just cut it. I'll just do that. So. Well, yeah, I should have probably trimmed this maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe glue this in first, and then we'll deal with it later. I might just glue it and then fold this back maybe, or something. because I have to have room for the zipper at the top, right? So, okay. Catch up with everybody. Yes, the Bugaloos. Kathy remembers the Bugaloos. Hey, Steve. The Bugaloos and Benny played the Martha Ray and Land of the Lost. Yes. Yeah, Sean Con. Land of the Lost. Another one I fell in love with as a kid. Because Land of the Lost for Sid Marty Krofft, it was they went back in like the prehistoric times, but like a parallel universe, and they had these creatures called sea stacks, and they de-evolved, and there's a lot of sci-fi, and they had these pylons with crystals, and they could teleport and open portals and doorways and go through time. Super cool. That was actually, yeah, I loved Land of the Lost as a kid. Yeah, the visual effects, they did what they could do, and I still liked it a lot. But yeah, Voltron. When they rebooted that Voltron series, it was so good. Lotar. Was such a pervert. What, Lotar? Who has Lotar? There was a CG Voltron with rounded lions. You know, it's so funny. I never saw that. I just saw the animated one because I remember they had a failed attempt. The guys that had the rights to Voltron wanted to reboot it, and then they got it with somebody else, and they did it. It didn't do well at all. It kind of like fizzled out, and then the guys were like, "Oh well," and they found this other writing team, which I think are the same guys that did Avatar. I think it might be the same team. Did Avatar or Legend of Korra? I think it's the same group of guys that did that. They came on board and they rebooted Voltron, and it took off, and people loved it. I ended up making a Voltron. I still have I think I have a Voltron pilot helmet somewhere. But yeah, that was Lotar was the prince of Voltron. Lotar was the bad guy in lust with the princess and the son of the king. Oh, okay. Was that from the original? The one from the 80s? Or is that from the new one? I think he's in the new one, right? It's funny, guys. I'm so old, my brain can't handle half this. I can't remember most of the stuff. Let me get some cardboard and apply some glue. Tell you what, let's take this to the spray booth and turn the fan on because the fumes are gonna get really bad in here. So let me grab my glue and we'll do that in the spray booth. So let me turn the fans on real quick here. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna switch this. I gotta clean my spot really quick. Got foam just everywhere. So we're gonna take these guys and put contact cement on them. Hold on. I get confused here. I'll zip it up first here. Okay. And get some glue. Let's go to my spray booth real quick. Yeah, so what was happening was I was putting contact cement on the spandex and it was rolling up on itself. So I forgot about that. So I had to throw some straight pins, pin it down, and then, and now, hold on, I'm going to do that really quick. Let me put the glue on the other side here and let it dry for a second. Sorry guys, I forgot to turn the camera. Spray both. I think it's some spray 90, right? Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let me catch up with chat really quick. Captain Critters and the Littles? No. The Gnome Show? You know, I do remember is Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future. Again, great concept for a show, and they tried, it was a whole plan, was to sell toys. Everybody wanted to do everybody wanted to do what George Lucas was doing. George Lucas did Star Wars, and he had this huge empire, and he made millions of dollars selling toys. So Captain Power made a show based on made toys. They had toys, and they made a show to sell the toys. Instead of just making a show and having the show be a hit, then make toys of it. You know, they made these characters, Captain Power, Soldiers of the Future. It was this whole big campaign, and it was supposed to be interactive. Like, you could be at home with your TV and shoot the characters, so when they'd shoot at the screen, it would hit your ship and things, and it never worked. It was this huge thing. They didn't know, like, they R&D'd it very little and just assumed it was going to work, and it just did not work. And by that not working, it tanked the toys. The toys tanked. So they should have just made a show and had toys around the show instead of this. Somebody convinced them that they could make it interactive, and the technology wasn't there yet. So they made the show, and nothing worked. Captain Power, yeah. With the ship gun. That is it, Kevin. And you shoot the TV, and when it shoots back, then you could hit the bad guys. And so half the show is where you're watching the show, it'd be go pew, pew, pew for the people who had the toys at home, and they never worked. They never worked. So, just bombed. Like, whoops, wham, wham, wham. Like, all that R&D and money and investments and stuff, yeah, just tanked. I'm sure they were at home or in the office with their TVs that were dialed in precisely. But you had people at home with, like, cheap TVs and poor resolution and sometimes black and white. Yeah, bombed. I loved Captain Power. I had the Black Jack and the bad guy who couldn't fit into the cockpit of the wing because it had tall. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, orange blinking targets on the TV. Yeah, the thing is so funny, just bad design. Like the I'd loved the kit when I was a kid. Like, dude, the suits were awesome. Their suits, that vacuum foam and plated metal or whatever it was, and they had Pilot and all these guys. Yeah, great shows. Tell you what, while this is drying, guys, I'm gonna get some more coffee and I'll be right back. So please stand by. Okay, I'm back. um, oh, Kiss meets the Phantom Park. Dino Riders. There's a lot of shows I didn't see. I missed a lot of stuff. There was a window when I moved from when I came out in '89, California, and I moved back in '89, and I hit the ground running. I very rarely watched any television at home. I was always working or doing something or doing jobs. But yeah, it was a little thing where I watched very little TV. Not because I didn't want to, just because I just didn't have really much time. So that is drying right now. We'll let the contact cement dry for a little bit, and then we're going to, you know, we could just speed that up with a hair dryer. Let's do that. Go spray move. Okay, let's trim this really quick. Now I'm looking at this. Let's trim this off. Don't need that, so. Like that. That, there you go. Probably just trim this down just a little bit. Don't need that much. Kind of come back, split the difference here. Good, good, good. All right. So what I do is I went ahead and when I was getting some coffee, I went ahead and put a thin coat of contact cement back behind this guy too. I usually use spray glue for this, but since I don't have any, it's still a little wet. Hold on. Oh, that's right. Well, oh, it's hold on. The zipper stops there. So hold on. Let me trim this back a little bit too, because that's where it stops. So let's cut this too. While we're at it. There you go. And like that. There you go. Okay. Now. Got our zipper and our glue. Let's apply these guys on here. I just want the zipper poking out. That's it, just like that. Right down this. Like that. Come down. Down, down, down. All right, got it. So then I flip it over. We press nice and hard. Like that. And do the other side. Just make sure it's dry. That's dry. That's dry. All right. Line up. Got that. Again, right on the edge of the zipper. Just get it right up on there like this. And eventually, yeah, I'll make myself a little flap to cover the zipper. But right now, let's focus on getting this guy installed. Now I have it in there, let's go and take this out. There, press it nice. Make sure it's nice and flat. There you go. Get good contact on that. All right. So I'm wondering, I'll probably have to have somebody zip me up in this thing. Oh, come on, don't be such a jerk. Get in there. There it goes. All right, that's it. So let's see if I can put this on by myself. I guess we could probably if I put it on from the front, like if I do this, how about this? I go like this. I line it up, right? Get it started and then turn it around. So. Whoop. And turn it around like this. And that, and reach back here and zip it up. There it is. Ta-da! There's my tunic, my zombie tunic. Now, of course, I'm gonna have a. You know what's gonna happen? It's oh, hot. That's hot. It's gonna be really hot. The other thing too is that when you put rubber and things, it's gonna shrink a little bit. But I've found that when you do things, it will stretch out over time. So I'm not really worried about that. I'm gonna build the. We're going to start building stuff onto it, but it does work. And the thing is, I'm going to have my plan is to have a spandex hood on this, and the spandex hood's going to be glued to the front half of where this lip is, so that when I put it on, it pulls this edge in really tight, because behind my head's not going to be an issue, but yeah, that's the. Yeah, it worked. All right, here you go, moment of truth. Now again, you have to remember there's going to be a spandex hood that's going to tighten, so it's going to pull, because what happens when you have stuff like this, it's going to get caught in the mask. So when you have a spandex hood, it's going to pull, the hood's going to be on you. It's going to pull this in nice and taut, so when you wear it, Tim, let me turn that fan off. We don't have that fan on. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And this will be all like fleshy like this. Oh. Oh, part of a pinhead costume. Yeah, I have a neck now, so I can. And you know what's so funny? I'm happy to say I can zip it up myself now. It's nice. So. That. Yeah, there it goes. Nice. I'm going to zip it back up. So if it's zipped up, can I put it on that? Let me see if we can put it on this. See if we can put it on this guy real quick. That's all right. See, it fits. That works. Yeah, I can tell you that. It's perfect. The reason I do this because this gives me something to work from. I have this on here. I'm definitely going to start fabricating like yeah, I want like some details. I want to put like some these neck muscles, make them a little bit more pronounced, and then have a little bit of a dip in here, and yeah, probably some maybe some like a rib cage or something showing. I don't want to go too crazy because it is you're not going to see much of it. It's going to be just the jacket's going to cover a large portion of it. I'm wondering. I might even trim this because I have this down low because the jacket's going to be on there. It'd be nice to leave it open. Yeah, maybe I can add more to it. I gotta fix this spot here. I'll add more to it, and because the jacket's going to drape, but I'd love the jacket to be open, so it doesn't come all the way. So I can have the chest showing. Not bad, guys. Not bad. Oh, Earth 2. You know, I like that show. Again, got canceled. Sorry. Ooh, my microphone. Yeah, Earth 2 was good. We helped do some control panels for that show. I kept finding pieces I cut out from the neck pattern that Ted never put together. What's that, Sean? Oh, Farscape. Farscape was great. First couple of seasons were great. Then it kind of jumped the shark for me. It got weird. Kind of fall apart. They started doing the time travel thing. We went back in time. We're just like, Earth 2 sucked until the 4th season. Was it the last season? I don't know. Like, it was a slow burn. I won't lie about that. Oh my God. Hey, Cathartic Creations. I had 4 channels. We had 4 channels growing up. Same here too. Which, yeah, and there was a channel 11 and channel 30. I think channel 30 was the only one that showed like Star Trek and like Space 1999. It never played the major networks. Oh, it was my first that I wrote, try to get Earth 2 back in the air. Yeah, it never works, guys. Sorry. When productions cancel shows, there is sometimes a little bit of waves of people like now with social media you can do it, but now TV's kind of dead anyway. So, like, it's just sad right now. Everything's sad. Yep. ABC, CBS, NBC, and PBS. There it is. Those are the 4 channels I had. Neil, thank you. Little, we got Fox. That's right. Fox. But that was it. That was the channels we had. And that's all we had to watch TV with. This worked, guys. I'm really happy. It took a whole stream just to glue and sew and put a zipper in. What I'll probably do is I would like to tear into this, but I need to download. I want to get some pictures of a neck, like something I can look at. We kind of dial this in a little bit with some references and stuff, and for the zipper, and then and we'll coat it. Because the plan is what we'll do is I'm gonna do all the tendrils and the neck, make it look interesting, and then I think what we're gonna do is after this, which this will go pretty quick, and we'll jump on the. I think we'll do the hands. We're gonna do the hands next. Will be fun. Making the hands, and then we'll do and then last but not least are the feet. I want to make a ghoul feet. Oh my God, Becky's right. Fox showed us terrible things. People were so mad about Married with Children. Married with Children, guys, don't realize it was such a groundbreaking show because they really pushed the envelope. People, all the right wingers hated it. Hated that show so much. And it was just like, it was such an FU, and we watched it and loved it. I loved that show. It was so funny, and just Al was a terrible dad. The kids were just, it was a mess. Sledgehammer was fun. Hey, did you get my care package? No, Brian. I did. Did you mail it to my P.O. box or my address? I think I gave you my address. They let their daughter wear that. Yeah. Yeah. She was Kelly, I think was her name. The daughter was Kelly, and she's always was doing something racy. That was the '80s too. Though. It was great. Like people hated that show. I loved it. Oh, P.O. box. That's why. Okay, I will swing by the post office today and grab it then. Yeah, I have a P.O. box. I haven't gone there. I will do that. I will swing by. Oh, it's Sunday. I'll swing by Monday morning. I'll make that go by the P.O. box and pick that up. Thank you. I will do that. But yeah, so what do you guys do? Because I need to download some pictures. Hey, sweetheart. Do you need something?
Yes, a flat head.
Oh, is it in there?
It is.
Can you say hi real quick? Hey, everybody, it's my wife. Oh.
I just woke up and I'm about to paint our daughter's room.
Okay.
So excuse the attire.
Yeah, long story. I gotta pry that thing off the wall. That little hook she couldn't get off, just pry it off. You take that flathead screwdriver and put it on you and pry it off.
Or you could do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. I was trying to tell her she could do that, but apparently, hi guys. Yeah, we did some work in my daughter's closet, and she wants to start painting today, so we're gonna do that. So, Small Wonder, yes, about the robot girl, wasn't it? How to score a hottie like that? Brian, ready for this? It was a bait and switch because I didn't used to look like this. I used to be hot. I was actually quite hot.
I did it.
You did it? See? Somebody asked me how I landed somebody so hot like you, and I said,
Me?
"Yeah," and
my God.
and I said, it was a. No, I told him it was a bait and switch because I looked hot when we met, and I turned into this.
You're still hot. You're the hottest.
Oh, baby. Oh, that's our cat. If you're wondering what that sound is in the
That's
background,
the devil.
that's the devil cat that we hear 24/7.
Danger puss.
Danger puss, danger puss. Mostly, yeah, small. It was so bad. It was. Wouldn't work today. No, wouldn't work today, guys. Terrible. There were shows, guys. I look back on, and because there was nothing to watch, and the shows lasted. I know people love like Gilligan's Island and like the Brady Bunch and stuff like that. I mean, Brady Bunch wasn't so bad. It was like more of a kind of a look into the time of what we were living in. But Gilligan's Island was such a horrible show, and people just watched it like a train wreck because that's all it was on. It was a terrible show. Such a goofy, terrible show. And there was no quality, just garbage. And you look back on it now, people are like, oh, it's so great. Like, it's not nostalgia, it was garbage. Even when I was a kid, like, these shows are horrible. There's nothing to watch. And I would just watch reruns of Star Trek. Everybody remembers Small Wonder. Like, and then they're like, it's so goofy, like, they had like they had things where they would open her back up or something. It was like some flat computer circuit board. It was so terrible. Yeah, Quantum Leap was really beloved. I liked it. I thought it was okay. I think the concept was okay. They tried to reboot it, but it's again, it was a show of the time. There's some things you try to reboot, it just doesn't work anymore. Shut up! I'm gonna watch Degrassi Junior High until I'm dead. I put R2 on the background from noise. When you had 4 choices, yeah, that's it. You were just stuck with it. I don't know if you guys remember this. I grew up. They had reruns of the Monkees, that show, the Monkees, and whether you guys knew about the music or whatnot, I loved it. The Monkees were a great rerun, and apparently, when the show was popular, it was really huge. It was funny. It was like they were trying to make the Beatles movie like Head, like make this weird like. I think Monkees made a movie we call it Head. Anyway, it was a huge phenomenon, and but like any studio band, I think they were the guys that the guys couldn't play music; they just act like they played music. Anyway, it was a TV show. It was really popular, and sometime in the '80s, they made the new Monkees, and they were basically trying to repackage the Monkees, and had these. It was like MTV Generation. Guy with a mohawk, yeah, with the new Monkees, and was like, and it bombed so. I was like, even when I watch them, I'm going, this is terrible. This is a terrible show. So if you guys, I think you can find them on the new Monkees. I think some of these people made some YouTubes about, what a train wreck that thing was. But again, they just try to do it. Oh my God, my dad was OG Star Trek tape on TV commercials. It was great. Yeah, I did too. I watched Star Trek. There was Dwarves in Space show. Dwarves in Space show? Yeah. I'm freaking loving the stream. Love the Monkees. Yeah, I did too. I love the Monkees. I love that show and love the music. It was great. Cat Crease said we had 2 channels of TVs, 9 people, and oh my God, to pick what? That one guy hated the being the oh yeah. Either way, they were successful because of the Monkees. These people are like, oh, I hate them. Shut up, man. You had a career and success from that show. The Wild Ones was better than the Monkees. Wild Ones was better than the Monkees. Never saw it. Was you talking about the British show, the Young Ones? You ever seen the Young Ones? You talking about the Young Ones? The Young Ones, the British show that was this obscure like segment, like. Oh man, the Young Ones was a brilliant, wacky. That was Yeah, we were bored. Wild Wild West. Yes, Kathy, loved Wild Wild West. How many seasons did that show last? Because I grew up in the Wild Wild West too. All right, Trent, thank you for hanging out. It's way past your bedtime, man. Thanks for hanging around. I hope to see you. I hope we work this deal out so I can go to Australia for a con. All right? Um, yes, the young ones. Yeah, so punk, hysterical. I think they're the guys. They're the first ones to say, "Let's make this show about people that are all awful. They're just terrible people." The guy that played Neil. I think he was the creator of the show, but yeah, just. Oh, Becky, me too. I can't wait if it's possible. Time to eat. Time to eat the telly. Flash Gordon was, I think, it was an animated. Wasn't Flash Gordon? There's a Flash Gordon animated series that was really good. I got roped in. I was like, this is really good. It was like, oh, Kathy said 4 seasons. Oh, there is a TV show had a short live in the 80s. It was so good. Called Space Above and Beyond. It was kind of like we were fighting these aliens, these things called chigs, and it kind of was like we had these things called these people. It was in the future, and so we had cyborgs. We had like Blade Runner. We had cyborgs as labor, and of course they were AIs, and they joined and united in a revolution and fought against us. So we outlawed cyborgs, and we made these things called we grew people full scale. And so there's these the nickname, the derogatory name for them were called tubies. They grew in tanks, but they grew as full adults. And they had little nipples on the back of their necks from when they grew in a tank, and they were full-grown adults, and they would make them as labor force. Yeah, it was a neat premise. It was a really neat idea for a show. Oh, my husband and his friends would rent Flash Gordon and found out quick that someone switched the tapes. Oh, the adult, yeah, it's Flesh Gordon. That was Flesh Gordon. Dinosaurs was weird too. Yeah, it was like it was a neat concept, but Red Dwarf. Oh, Red Dwarf, yes. Red Dwarf was fun too. It's another crazy, wacky show. Again, hugely popular in Britain and over PBS, and they tried to make an American remake of it. It was garbage. They missed the entire point of what made the show work, and they made Rimmer a good-looking guy. You know, like what? Like, and it was so bad. I don't think they ever aired the pilot. It was so unwatchable, and they're just pulling the plug on it. Britcom, yeah, they're all good. Oh, we love Britcom. I don't have Britcom. I should get that. There's a lot of great shows I could probably be watching, but the Brits always do well with their sci-fi and fantasy shows. Anyway, guys, it is 10:42. We're about to wrap this up. Thanks for hanging out with the Tunic today. Really quickly, everybody. Is there any Canadians in here today? Any Canadians? Do we have any Canadians? Are you being served? Cops was a big jam on TV. Oh yeah, big time. Oh god, I cosplay Miss. Who'd you cosplay, Becky? What was that from? There is time for Easter brunch. When is Easter? Is it today? Is today Easter? Are you guys kidding me? Hold on. Hey everybody, I didn't realize it's actually Easter today. I'm so out of the loop, nor do I celebrate the holiday anyway. But I was like, oh, at brunch, this brunch. I'm like, oh, it's actually Easter today. You know something? I think next Saturday I'll be ready. Let me try that, yeah. Oh man, that is funny. Alien Easter egg, that's right. Oh, cooking Easter brunch while watching. Oh, okay. Can't afford eggs? Yeah. Happy Zombie Jesus Day, everybody. Oh man, it's so funny. I'm like, oh wait, it is Easter today. Um, yeah, we don't not many religious people in this house, so we don't really. So I mean, my wife probably knew that, but didn't think anything of it. So I completely forgot about it as well. Everybody, but really quickly, we're going to go ahead. If it's possible, you guys want to do a giveaway? We got some time. Want to do a giveaway? Do some giveaways? Because I want to get some. I know people show up for my stream. A lot of people are. Most people that come to my streams are regulars, and I appreciate you guys and your continuous support, hanging out with me. But I'd like to get new people, new subscribers, and so today I could chase down about what I can do to get my. I gotta get my. Was gonna edit my video, and now I don't have an editor anymore, so I got some things I got to figure out. But I have some giveaways, and I have two things. Is there any Canadians in the house? Any Canadians in the house? Looking for Canadians that live in Calgary, next to Edmonton, that can go to GamesCon Canada. Any Canadians? Nope. So no giveaways. No. Okay. Fine. Fine. No giveaways. It is fine. I'll live. But I just realized there's some stuff on my shirt because this is a work shirt. There's paint from the last time I painted. I would like that T-shirt. I know it's a great shirt. I don't know where my friend got this. It's amazing. It might have been those fun short film first, but it's like I think it was one of those things where they have like these artists that put up shirts for a span of time, and you buy them and they're gone. Like I don't know if you can get this anymore. Super cool. My Canadian friend doesn't want the tickets because parking is so expensive. Cathartic Creation, yes, you're already taken care of, sweetheart. That's great. I can't wait to meet you. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun weekend. It's gonna be action packed. They have a lot of stuff for me, and I have to talk to one of the guys. I gotta start getting some supplies there for the workshops. How much is it to park in Canada? Oh, Evil Ted t-shirt, yes. Guys, go to my website, eviltedsmith.com, hit my merch store, pick up some shirts. Is it expensive in parking? Well, I think it's a drive, unless you have, but it's expensive to park out here too. That's why I Uber. I mean, but if you live hours away, it's kind of hard. I may need to replace one of my Evil Ted shirts. Oh yeah, Becky. It's funny because I had shirts that were made here a long time ago, and then I hooked up with Teespring shop, and I bought a couple from them, and they look all right. I think they wear out faster. Yeah, it wore out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into my. It's probably $20 to park. That sounds about right. It's same parking everywhere around here. It's ridiculous. He said it was expensive for a con. Oh, Sean, thank you so much, dude. I'll tell you what, Sean. No, you're very lucky because I had a very few left in my shop. So what it is, I have shirts, and I used to print them and sell them, and it got to be a nightmare. And then finally, I realized it's just easier to do shirts online. I wish I could bring them and sell them, and people would probably buy them. But it's just it's the shipping them, dealing with them. So I had a bunch of shirts left over, and over the years, I've been just slowly handing them out to people. And you're very nice and very thrilled to show up on my channel. I thought it'd be fun to send you a shirt. I'm so glad it fits you. I was like, I hope this fits him. So yeah, Sean, I'm glad you dug the shirt. And yeah, and I saw you had some movies that I worked on, which is fun. And House of a Thousand Corpses, a lot of people don't know I was in that, but it's funny. But you had that shirt, on that one too. And the 4:30 movie, which I have not seen yet. Oh, hey Sean, have you watched the 4:30 movie? And because I know that it's a movie within a movie, the kids are in the theater watching the space movie. Do you see any of my props in the movie? The space movie? They shot a bunch of stuff for it. I don't know if you ever see it. Oh, it says I paid nearly $30 to park in Salt Lake, but got a nicer room so I could actually save money even with parking. There you go, Becky. Ordered one last week. Oh, okay. Ordered one last week to replace mine, as my roommate had a horse feed in the garage, which attracted to clothes ate and a rat chewed holes. Oh no, rat chewed holes in your T-shirt. No, I'm sorry. GameCon is a lot of fun last year. I can't wait to go again. I want to drag my husband and my dungeon master along. Yeah, apparently it's a big gaming convention. So if you're gonna do this, that would be awesome. Horse ate your evil Ted T-shirt. The dingo ate my baby. The dingo ate my baby. A dingo. They're like wild dogs, right? The dingoes. Oh, but what you can in the movie, Sean? Can you see any of the in the sci-fi stuff? In the 4:30 movie, the sci-fi, there's weapons. They're holding weapons and guns, and there's like a little sci-fi set thing was in there, but. Pet the cat. It's nowhere near me, guys. It's downstairs making that noise. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out and double check my supplies, and I will start shooting a video. I'm gonna take my camera I have right now and do some video tests with it right now, and start shooting a video on how to make the alien egg. And because it's gonna be a big thing to build, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be a giant egg. It'll be interesting. Always 420 somewhere. But yeah, but Sean, I was asking, can you see the props? I probably don't. It probably is a blip. You probably don't even remember. No worries. I was just curious. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I want to see it. Let's give those tickets away from Instagram. Dude, I have them. I have some tickets. In order to get them, you got to get on my live stream, dude. I direct people to my live stream to get subscribers. More subscribers. Where am I at right now? Hold on. Because I want to try to get 200,000 this year. 200,000 subscribers. Where's my YouTube? YouTube, huh? Oh, 195. So I'm at right now. Focus. There. I got 100 subscribers. I want to get at least, I'm going to try to get 200,000. So I find that being active, streaming every Sunday. Cannabis Zombie Day. I'm going to the store for sweet, salty chocolate soon. All right, buddy. This has been fun. Again, thank you so much. This was more of a sewing stream today. But the Tunic came out great. And here was what happened. I was going to do that and put the hood on today, but the hood didn't show up. I ordered it. It's still not here yet. So it kind of set me back a little bit. So anyway, that's what kind of happened here. So I got to get this neck thing dialed in. So I want to put the hood, but I got to do all the foam work first. My plans, I'm going to do all the foam work and do the latex, figure it all out, and then when that's done, then glue the spandex hood on. All right, guys? So, everybody, please do not forget to like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, please leave comments below. Go to my website, eviltedsmith.com, where I have numerous patterns. Also, I have Amazon links. So if you're doing shopping online, you want to do some shopping for cosplay supplies, click on my Amazon link. And by you shopping through my Amazon link helps me keep making videos. Also, if you're not shopping, just bookmarking my Amazon mark and just doing everyday shopping helps me as well. So just anytime you use Amazon, please go through my link. It helps me keep this YouTube channel afloat. And I'm going to use a lot of money you guys are helping me with to put toward getting a new, updating my PC to be an editing computer, because so much to do. Okay, I'm going to hang some new art in the bathroom. All right, begging. Have a good one, guys. Thank you so much, guys, and I will catch you back next time right here